All right. All right. See, I, 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 by it, I think I've got it. I think I got it, y'all. I think I got it, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm breaking Job down even more. And I'm reading and I'm wondering, why did Job Slick get in trouble by God when it say that he sinned not? It said that in all of that, Job didn't sin with his lips, right? So I realized that the Lord had enough. And I'm not speaking of Job, I'm speaking of his friends, right? Because chapters and chapters are passing with his friends saying things to him and stuff like that. And with Elihu, which is the last of Job's friends to speak before the Lord push up, Elihu is like God is to be feared. He's talking a good game. He talking real big boy stuff. You get what I'm saying? He's like, God is to be feared, and he's marvelous, and he's wonderful, and nobody can comprehend him. And then he's like, touching the Almighty, we can't even find him out by touching him. And he's excellent in power, and he will not inflict the righteous people. He's not going to inflict nobody righteous. So because I know how big he is, you got to be sinning to a very high degree for this to be happening against you. And then he's even mocking Job because he is like, you know everything. Oh, you just got it all mapped out. You got it all planned out. And he's like, teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. Teach us what we supposed to say then. You act like you know what's going on. You're not trying to hear nothing nobody else saying. Well, you teach us what we supposed to say. I feel like he's like mocking Job, right? And he was like, men do therefore fear him. He was like, men fear God. And he said, he respect not anyone that are wise at heart. His friend, Job's friend, is telling him that the Lord don't respect people that think they know things or have things figured out. And this is where the Lord push up at. And I'm just like, oh, it's going down in the DM. It's going down in the DM. It's go down. It go down. He pushed up, and the Lord came out the whirlwind and said, who is this that darketh counsel by words without knowledge? Who is this talking all this in my name and don't even know what they talking about? And the player part is the Lord said, gird up now thy lions like a man, for I will demand thee, and you answer me. He says, stand up like a man, approach me. You got all this mouth, you talking all this mess, you telling my servant the wrong thing in my name. Now you stand up and let me question you, right? So the Lord asking him all these questions, like, where were you during creation? You think you know everything. Where were you during creation? Do you know the cubits of heaven? Do you know how things are measured? Do you know how I have sealed up the sea so certain waters can't touch? Have you ever even seen the gates of hell? Do you even hear the mountain lions cubs when they cry out to me for food? I'm like, cry out to him for food? Animals will cry out to God? Like, I'm just like, wow. You get what I'm saying? So look, right, he asking all these questions. So then comes Job, right? I'm reading it, and now the Lord goes to Job. Now Job didn't sin by his mouth. He didn't like question. He didn't like get mad at God at everything that he was losing. So when the Lord approached him, I'm like, dang, what'd he do? Like, I'm confused at this point. I'm like, what did he do? Like, he was good. I don't understand what he did, right? So it says, moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him, right? So to contend with somebody is to debate or quarrel or go back and forth with. And the Lord is like, why are you going back and forth with this person that you know clearly don't know what they're talking about? You even said that they were speaking foolishly? Why are you still contending with this person, whether it's on my behalf or not? Why are you doing that? And I'm just like, dang. You get what I'm saying? I'm really just like, dang. So I'm laughing at Job, because Job is like, behold, I am Val. And y'all best believe I had to go look some of these words up. And so Val is like of little worth or value, sinful, highly offended. Job was highly offended. He was Val. You get what I'm saying? And he said, I will put my hand over my mouth. And he was like, once I have spoken, but I will not answer. Yeah, twice, but I will not proceed no more. Like, okay, I'm done talking. Okay, I know I just said that, but I'm done. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, let me not say nothing else. Like, I feel stupid right now. I feel foolish right now. I just got in trouble for, you get what I'm saying? Let me just pipe down. Let me be quiet. You get what I'm saying? So the Lord is asking Job, and he's like, gird up your loins now like a man. He's like, stand up like a man. Now it's your turn. You get what I'm saying? And the Lord is like, will you disannul my judgment? Will you discredit what is going on? Because even though Job didn't curse God with his lips, he did say other things. Like, he wished he wasn't born. He did say that. He was like, basically he discredited the day he was born. And he's just like, why was I even born? Why was I born? I should have just died. I should have just died at birth. Like, this don't make sense to me. You get what I'm saying? And so even though he's not per se cursing God for what's going on, like, God, I can't believe that you're doing this and you're doing that, he was still questioning it. Because if you have to say to yourself, why was I even born for this? It don't make sense to you. You can't make it make sense. So it's like, okay, why am I here? And that means you're questioning purpose. That means you're questioning mission. That means that you don't have the full view and sight of what's going on. So yeah, he didn't curse God, but he cursed his life. And from the looks of it, that's just as bad. From the looks of it, that's just as bad, right? So the Lord is asking Job, like, he's talking about Leviathan, right? And Leviathan was a beast that God created. And a lot of people think that beasts are like a mystical thing, and that's not real. And, that's kind of like mythology and stuff like that. Beasts are actually created by the Lord. You could sit here and read it for yourself. And the Lord asked Job, can thou draw out Leviathan? Leviathan is a beast in the waters that everybody feared. It says that no arrow can kill him. If an arrow were to hit against Leviathan, it would break. The arrow would just shatter into pieces like stubble. It'll be fine dust. And the Lord is like, I made his scales so closely together that nothing can interfere with him. And the Lord said, what man will go and draw out Leviathan from out the water to play with him or make as a pet? Nobody gonna do that. There will be too scared of the beast to do that. Nothing can touch this beast that the Lord created. And so the Lord said something so plain. He said, will thou play with him as with a bird? The Lord is like, I could play with him like how you could play with a bird. Like, that's showing the bigness of him. It's just like, dang, this man ain't playing no games. He was like, can you hook a hook through his nose? Like, if you get close enough and this beast got fire coming out of his mouth, who gonna get close to that? The Lord is like, I can go touch him and nothing happens to me. And he was like, if you try it, you'll lose your life and everybody else with you. And it's just showing like, yeah, this beast bad. Can't nobody touch it. So imagine the badness of me. Imagine who you dealing with. And you want to sit here and question your life. Like, why were you born? Are you crazy? Are you tripping? So Job got in trouble for that reason. So God, like, yeah, I just got on your partner, but I'm getting on you too. Stand up, dress like a man. Come on, run it. What's up? Now it's time for me to question you. What's going on? What was all that? You get what I'm saying? Are you forgetting Like, what's going on with me? Are you forgetting? Are you condemning my judgment, like, to the point where you got to question your life? No, it's not going down like that. That's not what we doing. You get what I'm saying? So after the Lord is done saying all of that to Job, he goes back to Job's friends, and he's like, he's like, my wrath is against thee and against the two friends, for you have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job have. And he said, I will have my servant Job pray for you, and I will accept his prayer unless I deal with you based on your foolishness. And the verse came to my mind, the prayers of a righteous person are heard. That is true. The prayers of a righteous person can heap burning coals over somebody's head. So Job's friends got saved just on the strength of Job himself, because the Lord wanted to deal with them foolishly for darkening the words of the Lord, for talking all this big stuff about God, but not knowing what they talking about because the other stuff that they're mixing up in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, God, don't do this to people that's not doing nothing, and nothing happens to righteous people, and you can't understand God. He's so big and he's so marvelous. They're stating facts about him, but they're twisting it as well, because the Lord said, whoever comes to me is a friend to me, and I will tell him wonderful and marvelous things. So they're talking about God, but they're twisting it. They're twisting his word, and the Lord wanted to deal with them based off their foolishness, but he told Job to pray over them and he would save them, and that's what happened. Right? And so after that, the Lord restored everything that Job lost plus more. It was like tenfold plus more. He had more sons, even more daughters, more children than what he had before, more animals than what he had before, more guala than what he had before. He just had more of everything in surplus. And that just goes to show, like, even when people close to us are talking about God, that don't make sure they're talking in the fullness, in the entirety of him, without twisting anything. You get what I'm saying? And make sure you know the fullness of God, so you can be like Job and say you sound foolish. Don't just let somebody mentioning God make you just think, oh yeah, they just on point because they talking about God and certain things they saying is right. No, you need to judge for yourself. So when these people not making sense, whether they're using God name or not, you can correct it. And we need to learn from Job too, and not go back and forth with that person, because he got in trouble for that too. If you see somebody foolish and what they saying, just let them have it. Don't even waste your time trying to explain it to them or go back and forth or none of that quarreling or trying to get them to see that there is none of that. That's not even your job to do that. Job did that and clearly got in trouble for it. Let's just be wiser and learn from old boy, okay? Let's just be wiser and learn from old boy, all right? And just stand your ground against everything and be unmovable and unshakable. And no matter what you're going through, even if you're not cursing God, don't question your life, because when we question our life, we are questioning God. It just goes hand in hand together. All right. I love you all, and I hope that this helped someone. And I'm going to make another video on Leviathan too, because that's amazing to me. I'm actually going to do that later on today, to be exact. But yeah, let's all learn from Job and his friends. Okay, until next time.